this for this session. We're so glad to be here with us on you with us. We're about to begin our class, Draw the Diamond Way Core 3, Overview and Question Session Class 5, open to all tracks. Please take a moment now to check your Zoom setting and select your Refer Translation channel. If you have any trouble, please ask for help in the chat. Thank you again for being here. Let's take a moment to sit in and begin.
Zoom during the class time, because Zoom is gonna use a lot of bandwidth and it will interfere with the live voice communications. 所以我们想请大家在课程期间不要使用 Zoom 或者是其他的软件使用这里的 WiFi， 因为这个会影响到我们酒店的 WiFi 情况，同样也会影响到我们其他的伙伴们上课用 Live Voice 的体验。所以谢谢大家，请我们使用 WiFi 的时候只用Live Voice。Okay, and I think when everyone please be seated and we'll start very soon. So we'll give the stage to teacher Tim, Sylvia, and Javier. Thank you so much, and please.
All right. So unfortunately, Venerable Jigme wasn't able to make it for this Q&A. So, but if you do see her around, she's a wealth of information, and she knows a lot about a lot. So, not that I'm volunteering her time, of course, but you can ask her some questions later. All right, this is your time. This is up for you to ask questions, and then we will attempt to provide some insight as best as we can. So questions. And also, can the people online, can we grab a few questions from online too at some point? Thank you. Yasheng, let's.
Okay, thank you very much for your teaching, and we really.
That.
我要讲中文还是讲英文?
It's okay, you can go first. Yeah. Isabel's going to go first, then we'll do Yasheng second.
可以哈?
It's okay.
Okay. So it's about the question that we mentioned last time. Geshe mentioned that the sky is not blue, and just now when teacher Sylvia, you gave the review class, you also connected with the part of seeing emptiness directly. So my question is related to this. Trying to understand deeper, or trying to understand about this part. We understand that once we become Buddha, then we will be able to create our own paradise. But from seeing emptiness directly, that will be level 1, Bodhisattva. Till level 10, to become the Buddha, there are still several processes. So my question is, while this process, can Bodhisattva create their paradise? Yeah, and by saying that the sky is not blue, that means that it's actually another question also related from the time to fully enlightened, which is become the Buddha, then where did all these Bodhisattva go? If they don't have their paradise yet, where do they go? And how can we better understanding about the sky is not blue? So that is my question, and thank you very much. Thank you. 中文不需要了，是吧？
Hold on. The microphone's, her microphone's not on. Hold on.
It doesn't work? Doesn't
Try
work?
it again.
It's green?
It's green. Now it's working.
It's green?
It's working now. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're good. Now it's working fine. It's working fine.
Yeah.
They just,
Okay. Can you hear me?
Now they can.
Okay, great. Wonderful. So what I said is, I think this is a very, very deep question.
But we're going to switch microphones.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that sounds good. I think this is a great question, a very deep question. So it is a question for all three of us. So I invite you to also give your insight into that. So one part is the question of, it is a philosophical question. It sounded like a philosophical question, is the sky blue or not? But I think in this deep insight, when you are seeing emptiness directly, a couple of things happen. And you also see where you are going with the train, which came from Paris, on its way to Rome now, to which world you are going. And this world, of course, like everything else, is coming from your seats. So your seats determine which color the sky is and which grade of paradise you are already achieving and living in. So I think this is an insight Geshe shared with us. Also that he said, in this next train stop, there are all your loved ones, right? There are all the people, and you will take care of them too. And the sky, by the way, is not blue. That's what he said. So he shared this part of this experience where he had the insight of the next train stop. And this is one part of your question. And the other question is, of course, the world which you project as a bodhisattva in the 10 different bhumis are also coming from your seats. And you, in every bhumi and on every level, you get rid of more, I don't even think you can call it bad seeds, because that's already finished on the first level, the really bad stuff, right? But it gets subtler and subtler, more subtle on every level, and you perfect the perfections, the 6 perfections. And that, of course, reflects on the world you live in. So that would be my answer, please.
So I don't know that my answer is correct. My answer is an interpretation of how I understand it. You don't go anywhere. Because what happens when you start cleaning your seats, when you start achieving new bhumis, is that your perception changes. But it's not a different space. It's not that you travel to a different planet. You are perceiving your reality more clear. The Buddha paradise is not something out there. It's a shift in perception. But the space we occupy is the same. So I don't know who's sitting here is a Buddha. And if any of you are sitting here as a Buddha, you are perceiving it as the perfect world. While I perceive sick people, aging people, wars, problems, hunger. you as a Buddha are perceiving it perfectly according to what I have learned. So the achievement of these bhumis is a shift in perception rather than a traveling to a different place. That would be my answer from my experience and contemplation. Now, I have not even achieved Bhumi 1, so I humbly share what I know without knowing if it's certain.
I was trying to find in the Diamond Cutter Sutra, like the answer to this, but I think that Javier addressed that, is that, you know, there's nowhere to go, right? There's no place to go. There's no knowledge, there's no wisdom, right? But what the heck does that mean? You know, and I think it's all in code. And you know, when we say there's no place to go, there's nothing to realize. There's no seeing emptiness directly. Everyone take a deep breath in. Don't freak out when I say there's no seeing emptiness directly. And then you exhale from its own side. Like there's no seeing emptiness directly that's not coming from how you treated others in the past. Right? There's no Bodhisattva Bhumi 1 or 2 or 10 or Buddhahood that's not coming from seed. So this, again, it's not where you're going. Like, are we in, what's this room called? The paradise room? What's this one?
That's how we call it now.
We call it now. This is the paradise room, right? Level B1 on the Prince Hotel, Takaragate, right? Or, you know, what are you perceiving in here? I don't know what you're perceiving. Maybe you're perceiving a Buddha paradise and I'm just like, God, I hate these lights. You see, like, to me, it's not I mean, or maybe it is, I don't know. You see, so like, I think it's a shift of perceptions, as the other two people up here said. It's just a shift. Like, you could become an ant in a single moment, or you become an enlightened being. You're in a ballroom on level B1, or you're in enlightened paradise. In a single moment, who do you become? Like, it's just a shift of seeds. Yasheng, next. Can we give her a microphone so we can hear her in the room too? We need a microphone.
My question is...
A human microphone.
My question is, my mom asked me if one day she's like about to die, and if any like emergency things, she doesn't want me to save her. But if I don't, I break a bodhisattva vow, I think. It's like, because she want me to put her to die. So my question is, what should I do? Because if I don't do this, I break a vow. But she doesn't want me to save her. But if I can't imagine if I do, and I think she's being really kind because she doesn't want to leave trouble for me. It's like one of the steps. She doesn't want to leave trouble for me. She wants me to be relaxed, and then she thinks that's good. So what should I do?
I had a hard time hearing the question. Sorry, but it's like it's breaking. I understand that it has to do with your. Let me see if I heard it correctly.
Yeah.
Your mother said that if she's in a moment that's close to death, she doesn't want you to do anything to save her.
Yeah, if there's like any emergency surgery or anything like that is needed, she doesn't want me to do it. But if I don't, that means I'm basically killing life. Interesting. Because that means like she's she can be saved, and I don't. But she's doing that out of kindness to me and to herself.
I mean, I don't know if I have the right answer, but here's what I would think. There's a difference behind the intention of respecting somebody's decision of dying on their own terms and actually killing, right? Karma, one of the big things in karma is the intention behind the action. So it's different to say, unplug them, I don't want to take care of them, than to say, she does not want to be safe. And then what does safe mean, right? Like, is really keeping somebody alive in difficult conditions when they don't want to be there really protecting life? Or is allowing somebody to die well the real way of protecting life? I don't know whether that's the answer or not, but if I were in that situation, that would be my approach.
You want to ask something? I kind of agree. Yeah.
I agree with all of that. And when we're looking at the different commitments we've made and the different levels of commitments, like, it's not always black and white. It's not always 100% what is the right seed to plant. And you will probably come across situations where two people are doing the exact opposite thing. To each of them, it's a good seed. But to you, the other person's planting a bad seed, and to them, you're planting a bad seed, but to both of you, you're planting a good seed. You know, and it becomes a little, I think what Javier said is it comes down to a lot about intention and motivation, feeling behind it. I mean, I got a question last week. A friend of mine, their cat was dying. And they were like, they didn't know what to do. Should I let the cat die on its own? Or should I go through the process of, as we say in English, putting them to sleep? Euthanasia. And trying to make that decision, like, which is the best decision? I mean, the cat was having essentially fluid buildup in her lungs and couldn't breathe, and was running out of oxygen. It was suffering terribly. Well, which one do you do? And I think it comes down to your intention and your motivation. And really, at the end of the day, if you want to get depressing, even more depressed, that every seed that's planted, unless you are an Arya, already has a problem in it. What's that problem? Everyone lift up your left hand. I wait for the translation to happen. Nice, nice. Did you see? That's how long it took. Lift your left hand up. Turn your palm to face you. Every seed that you plant until you become an Arya is infected with this. There's a misunderstanding already. So if you want to really be depressed tonight, think of it that way, And what I mean by that, to flip it around, is don't worry so much. Where the little nuggets of wisdom grow into larger wisdom. And the fact that, Yasheng, you're having this question and you're thinking about it, and you're thinking about it in a very deep way, and worrying about this or that shows that you're very, very concerned about it, and you're concerned about the wisdom that's in it. And that's the part you should celebrate. And then when it happens, talk to your teacher. Like, in that moment, if your mother's like, I don't want this, and you're like, I don't know what to do, talk to your teacher. Go for refuge in your teacher and have them support you. You know, and most of the time the teacher's not going to tell you what to do anyway. but that's not the point. The point is like every little bit of wisdom you can gather, even in that question itself, you should rejoice in. Because that's going to push you to that place where then you don't see things this way anymore and you won't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore. And I don't want you to have to deal with it anymore. You know, so rejoice in the question itself.
Thank you for that question. That was a very good question.
Check, check, check. 没有麦克风。好，我问一个简单点的问题吧。就是格西老师在他的教学生涯中，一共有多少学生已经直见空性？
Okay, my question is, I would like to ask, in Gesila's teachings, how many students is already enlightened, and in our tradition, it's that only Geshe and then Tsongkhapa is enlightened. The other people didn't say anything directly.
Actually, two parts of the question, but so the first part is, among all the students that Geshe Michael have taught, how many of them have DPE, have seen emptiness directly? And the second part is, in our lineage, except from Tsongkhapa and Nagarjuna and also Geshe Michael, who else have seen emptiness directly? Does it also include, for example, Trikya Rinpoche, Paponga Rinpoche, as well as Geshe Michael's teacher?
Well, there is one thing that is usually you do not talk about this. I don't know, maybe Tim has seen emptiness directly. He wouldn't go on and tell that to me, right? Would you? Would you tell me that?
Maybe. But most likely not.
So, I mean, that as well, right, is kind of coming from my seat. Do I see someone who has seen emptiness directly? And also, do I see my teacher as a person who has seen emptiness directly? Or Javier, do I, you know? I think it wouldn't work on that level that I ask you and you tell me yes or no. Because even when he says no, maybe he just thinks that it would be better for me to think that he has not seen emptiness directly. So, over to you.
You missed someone on the list, Arya Sangha. Yeah. So in our direct lineage, we have Arya Sangha, we have Arya Nagarjuna. Who else is considered an Arya? Tsongkhapa, sometimes, depending on the view, right? Tsongkhapa. You know, in the open teachings, typically an Arya appears every 500 years. Have that money with me? Come on. I already spent it. Dang it. I don't know. I put it down somewhere. I didn't go anywhere. Where did that money go? No, I had two. Maybe it's still sitting on the table. No, it's with my notebook. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
Es básicamente lo mismo. Sí.
Right. Now you're even more excited. Okay. I just said in the open teachings an Arya appears every 500 years for $100. I want you to explain what I mean.
See. Please stand up.
Yeah, just stand up. Go. Yeah. Go. Yeah. No, give it to him. Give it to him. That's fine. Yeah.
Like this, like this. 在秘密的教授中，不是每500年才出一个，对吧？它不是每500
Okay, that he understood. Okay, this is for him. Give it to him.
Like this.
So what he said, I said in the open teachings an Arya appears every 500 years. And he said, what about the secret teachings? Okay, no, but I think everything Sylvia said is interesting and correct. Like an Arya is not going typically, and this is really good advice for practitioners, is when you have deep experiences and you touch something, whether you touch the diamond world or you have realizations before that, and there are realizations before that. How do you talk to somebody about that? Like if I said, hey, Sylvia, I saw emptiness directly, which I have not. Okay, how can she possibly verify that I did or did not? She can't. You know, so when you have those experiences, and I feel like a lot of you have had some, or you're very close. Like, how you got to think about how's that going to help somebody, right? And those experiences tend to involve some kind of cessations, like where no one can take it away from you. They cannot. Then no one can tell you you didn't have that experience. They can't. They cannot. But that's where, because then you start to know that the teachings are true, and then you teach from that point of view. And you teach from your truth, and people smell it. All right? And then it's the same question of when Maitreya shows up on the stage tomorrow at 3:30. It's your seeds to see an Arya, right? And as you get advanced on your practice, your seeds might change that someone who was not an Arya last week might appear as an Arya to you this week. It's you who changes, not the Arya. Sorry, it's all your fault. If you're surrounded by enlightened beings, or surrounded by those who've seen emptiness directly, or surrounded by those who have not, it's you. It's you. So like to think of it that way, because the more that you change, the more the people around you change, and then it gets very wild. You're just like, who isn't? You know, first it's you create it in your mind as a wish, and you think about it, and you create it as a fake it till you make it, and then all of a sudden it starts appearing that way. And then cool things happen to you too.
And the fact, I mean, it's kind of a conundrum, continues to be a conundrum, but the fact that you see an Arya in your life, we all see an Arya, in at least one in our life. Maybe is we maybe see all an Arya in our life close to us, relatively close to us. I mean, this is already an indicator how close we are, because we know how seeds ripen. So one way a seed ripens is into Javier, Tim, and Arya, you know, that's our seeds. That's cool.
Okay. Okay, I have a strong question, but I feel like I really have to ask it. So the question is about...
I have a question. Why don't we do this? Why don't you come up and use this microphone? And then everyone who has a question, we'll just kind of run up here and use this microphone. Yeah, and then you get to be on camera and everyone gets to look at your pretty face. It's fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah. This guy knows what he's doing. All right, Jack.
Okay, thank you for that. Oh my God. Okay, so I have a question. It's about the material theme set in class, but I'd like to ask to three of you, if I may. So the question is about when you step on ants, about the death meditation, and so for me, isn't that the behavior you did to protect the ants? I think it's more likely to against the human nature, because it's more likely for our own sake to boost our karma. But I think the behavior we did, maybe we are changing their fate from being this. And so I feel like when you say about we don't want to be an ant, we don't want to be some people, it's like when you are super rich, you donate some kinds of money to some donation, to some charity, to some poor people. So it's the behavior you donate the money is like for your own sake, or do we really care if the money really goes to their own pocket, or maybe we do this just to make ourselves feel better? So I mean, it's like if we don't want to be an ant, if we don't want to be poor, so do we really bother to care for them? Yeah, that's basically the question.
Want to take a stab at it?
I want to make sure I understand the question.
Yeah.
So the question is, if we don't want to be an ant or we don't want to be poor, do we even need to care for them? Is that?
Yeah, it's more basically do we do the behavior more for our own sake, or we really care for what they really think?
Okay, so I understand it. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that because we see the world as coming from the outside in, we're still self-centered. And the teaching is precisely so we can turn that inside out. It is somewhat of a selfish act, but not because I want to save myself only, but because we have understood through the teachings that these acts that we do actually expand our mind, right? Half of the reason why I have pushed myself into teaching is not just because I think that you guys will benefit from what I'm saying, but because I know that by forcing myself to teach, I plant karmas to learn more. I plant karmas to get higher teachings, to meet the teacher. The fact that we try not to step on bugs, or we become vegetarian, or we intentionally try to protect life in one way or another, it is because we know that that creates the karma for finding ourselves in a healthier body. It is only from the self that we can actually attain enlightenment, but we can only do it through the world around us. I don't know if that answers your question, but I do think that it's a little bit half selfish and half altruistic until our minds shift to the point where I understand that you, the ant, and everyone else are only coming from me, so they are only part of me. So I'm protecting myself, I'm protecting my world.
Okay.
I would like to I totally agree, and that's also a reason because why I became a teacher, because I go deeper. And there is also a very important point is that you see that it is the same. It's no difference. It's the same karmic seed from where I come, this moment where I perceive you. But that's logic. I wanted to say something else, if I may. I started to practice like more than about 33 years ago. And it is, you said that, Tim, fake it till you make it. You know that phrase, right? And over the course of the years and of trying to keeping my vows, doing my retreats, doing my meditation, I noticed a shift in my heart. It becomes much, the caring, the love you feel becomes much more real and much more authentic, right? So that we see it in our teacher. His practice is so deep that he looks someone in the eye with so much love, just everything waters, right? So that is also, it's a process, and it's about opening your heart, and that changes your motivation. That's.
And then lastly, in the context of the Lam Rim, there's 3 scopes of practitioners. The lowest scope is the one who doesn't want to be, is trying to avoid going to the lower realms. And yes, it's true, you're only thinking about, really only thinking about yourself, you know, mainly. And then the medium scope practitioner is like, I don't even want to have a rebirth at all. I want to get out. I want to reach nirvana. I want to get out of, I don't want to have any suffering at all, period. You know, and understanding that even the human realm or the higher realms are full of crud too. Like seeds just, you know, seeds open, seeds, you know, things starts, things end, same thing. And then the highest level motivation, the highest scope, is when you have this wish to achieve in total enlightenment for the benefit of others, right? So yes, in the beginning, like the place we start is, I don't want to be an ant, so I'm going to start caring for ants, right? Or I don't want to be poor, so I start giving to others, yeah, right? So the motivation, yes, is you, right? But you're already helping others in the process. Like you already are taking care of others, even if it's infected with misunderstanding. You already are. And then that builds on top of it, and then you build up to these higher motivations. So no, it's not just about you, but that's where we start oftentimes. So it's a very, very good question.
Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Dear teachers, may I ask you guidance on 2 things I have been reflecting on, and also I believe it could benefit all students around here from your guidance. So first of all, about everything's karma as an explanation. As I always say, everything's karma, I can see a clear benefit of it. It helps people stop blaming outside world and encourage us to reflect our own pattern of behavior. But at the same time, I worry that in real life, this idea can become a kind of universal key that explains everything. For example, your illness is simply the result of your seeds that you planted on. But using this way can sometimes cover up the structural problem, power imbalance and social injustice. From a psychological perspective, such total internalization of responsibility can make some people become more depressed or self-blaming, right? Rather than more free or empowered, even though sometimes the original intention, I believe, is to strengthen our inner world, right? So may I ask, how do you recommend we teach and apply the idea of karma so that it truly supports our inner growth and responsibility without turning into victim blaming or ignoring social and structural issues? That's my first question. And the second one is...
Let's stick with that one.
All right.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot. Do you want
Sure, I can start. So that's a fantastic question. And here's my answer, because I have gotten that question from students before. It is not your fault. It is your responsibility, though. So you have to take massive action to change what looks not okay in your reality. The karma is an echo of your past self.
Right.
It's not you who created the structural issue. It is not you who created the pain. It is a past version of you who did it.
Right.
So guilt, victimhood has no space when it is not you. It is part of a mind stream. It's part of the causation. But it is not, I did it. But it is absolutely, I am the only one who can change it, because I am the one who is here now, and I am the only one who has the power to plant the new karmas, to plant the new seeds. Blaming doesn't solve anything. That's bad karma, actually. You're starting to create a, like, oh, I did it, or oh, a past version of me is responsible for this, so I must have been bad. Useless, bad karma. But going like, okay, from here, from now, regardless of how it got here, because often going back in time to figure it out also doesn't serve you.
Right.
So regardless of how we got here, from here, I can address structural issues, I can address health issues, I can address what appears in my reality to be, I cannot curse here, right? To be bad. So that's my take on that. That's how I approach that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, and all of that, yes, and actually, Javier, you taught me something really cool right now. If I remember, I can think of 4 times that I said in my teaching, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's something I don't agree.
You know, and it's much more nuanced than the way I was presenting it, and it's given me pause to think about my own languaging,
right?
To make sure that I'm not creating misunderstandings. So thank you, little teachers.
Yeah.
But I would also say that in Buddhism, there's many, many levels of understanding emptiness. And many places where you take students, where you start from a level of the first flavor of emptiness, which is this too will change, this too will pass. And then you start building various nuances to what that means through the various schools until you get to the highest level where there is the ultimate personal responsibility. And it is what Javier said is a really great way for me to think about it, because I was like, you know, sometimes I get locked in, God, I've been such a bad person. Why do I have to see this? Right? No, today's Tim is not a bad person. Today's Tim is experiencing yesterday or last month or 10 years ago, or most likely previous lifetimes that weren't even like, I didn't have any kind of say in that as me. Right? And so I think it's what's arising that's whatever's arising in your life will then give you the guidance of what seed should I work on? Right. And so in that way, it is a more ultimate personal responsibility moving forward, but to go to the place of self-blame or self-flagellation or self-hatred or self-criticism, or I'm a terrible person, or I'm not worthy. No, we shouldn't go there. although sometimes.
Maybe karma can be your guidance, but still you have to find the root cause to solve the problem, right?
Yeah, I would say that. I think, it is finding part of it is finding the root cause, but also one of the things I've learned from my teacher is not to focus so much on what's going wrong, but rather, what do you want to create? Right? And then, first of all, stop doing similar things to create more of the wrong within your own heart. But then to focus more on, well, what do I want to create? Like, what's coming next? What suitcase am I preparing for next year, for 10 years, or next life? And what I want to put into that suitcase.
I got it. Sometimes we say magical happens, right?
Yes.
That's maybe the magic. Yeah. Thank you.
Did you also ask about teaching others? That's what I heard.
Sort of, yeah. But the main thing is, how do you interpret the karma? But I think those two teachers already answered my question. But thank you for your.
So then I had just this thought that I heard that you asked, how do you convey that? How do you talk with others about karma as well? So I wanted just to address that I personally don't do that in some situations. I consider it better to not talk about it and to help in a conventional way, or to use skillful means to be a good role model. Yeah, that's anything else was already said brilliantly.
Yeah, but like that, right? Like if you find somebody who's like at stage 4 cancer, oh no, that's your karma. No, like that's not the way of going about it, right? Like it's not the way. It is, like, factually, it is their karma, but it is also my karma to see them dying of cancer, and that's the only place where one can operate.
Right.
So it is my karma to heal myself from seeing cancer in my reality.
Yeah. Empower yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, appreciate it.
And that's why we are here, right? This. We will introduce this concept of pronoia and look more for the magical and the good things in our lives.
All right.
Yeah, and I know you have another question, but let's give someone else an opportunity,
Sure.
and you can ask teachers or ask other people other questions as well. That was a very, very good question. That was very, very deep. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Do we happen to have any online questions?
Francisco, is there any questions online? Oh.
We're gonna do an online question first. We're doing an online first.
Online first.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for teaching and for giving us your time. One of the questions is, I want to take the Bodhisattva vows, but how I can take them online?
Perfect. Great. You can take them online, no problem. Just make sure you show up on time. Otherwise, you won't take them. Is that the only question?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was simple. All right, please. All right, yes.
Hello. Для меня сам вопрос этот сложный, поэтому я постараюсь сейчас его структурировать.
This question for me is quite complicated. I'll try to structure it.
Keep in mind, we only have 10 minutes left. Yeah, so yeah.
В последнее время я вижу реализацию своего потока ума и практики в том, что в моменте я могу видеть человека, который расстроен и чувствует себя неуверенно, хотя при этом я параллельно тут же вижу рядом с ним ее же, но прекрасной и реализованной. Да, в двух сразу одновременно.
Right in the moment, I see in one person like two different sides of him. One is his glorious image, which is quite perfect, and right in the same place, I see the person who is quite расстроенный или опечаленный. And she has, but I see her with all her mental afflictions right now. But she has her mental afflictions right now, but I see her as like a perfect being.
When you say she, you mean the person, the
Like
other person?
she's talking about her friend.
Okay, so the other person, okay.
Yeah.
Тут же я понимаю, что я вижу ее из своей кармы, то есть я вижу уже 3 объекта одновременно.
And right in the same time, I see that she's coming from my own karma. And it seems like I see 3 different types of a person right in the same moment.
И таких видений происходит часто, и во все моменты мне кажется, что я должна помогать всем, и в конце дня это такой нереальный список, который приводит к беспокойству.
And because I know this karma thing, and I have this list of people whom I'm trying to help during the day, and in the end of the day, I feel exhausted and I feel a lot of anxiety.
И тогда я выбираю практику, я сяду в медитацию для того, чтобы помочь вам всем сразу. Сейчас, после этих учений, мне как будто хочется увидеть в них Будду, который каждый приходит и говорит: ты сейчас видишь взаимозависимое происхождение.
Первую часть, то, что ты их всех видишь взаимозависимыми, по сути.
Первое. Когда приходит это беспокойство, что я хочу помочь им всем, но я в человеческом теле не могу это сделать.
When I have this anxiety that there are lots of people that are in pain, but I want to help them, but as being a human, I cannot help them all right now.
До этого учения я хотела сесть в медитацию и сказать себе: я сделаю эту практику для вас.
Before this teaching, I wanted to sit in the meditation and I wanted to help them all.
На этом учении я слышу про магию, и мне хочется видеть их учителями и Буддами с благодарностью, что они меня ведут к взаимозависимому происхождению.
While on these teachings, I'm trying to look at them as they're angels and as well they're my teachers, and they are guiding me to the enlightenment.
И я хочу задать вам вопрос, понимая, что ваш ответ пуст. И сейчас я услышу важные слова для меня, потому что я хочу уехать отсюда самой лучшей практикой, для того, что если я буду видеть одновременно, что люди видят себя страдающими, но я их вижу прекрасными, я хочу, чтобы каждая моя практика работала. Дайте какой-то совет самый лучший.
And I know that your answer will be empty, and I want to leave this retreat with understanding of your advice, how I can become better, and what I can do, what best can I do in order to help them all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So there's a couple of things that I would like to say about that. One, you cannot help them all nominally. You have to practice the deepest understanding of emptiness and the deepest understanding of karma in meditation and in action. That is really the only way that you can ultimately help them. Now, nominally, what I hear you say is that you're helping too much. Geshe has a story, and I don't remember if this is from the Diamond Cutter book or if I heard him say in a teaching, but in India, when you are in the street, there's 100 beggars around you. And if you were to help every beggar, you would go broke every day. So the businessmen in India choose one beggar to help, and they become their karmic project. My advice to you, instead of having a list of people that generate anxiety, choose one karmic project, one person to help with all your heart and all your effort. And to that, apply emptiness and apply karma and dedicate it so that every single person, being, ant, mosquito, everything, actually eventually free themselves from suffering. You cannot free them. You can free yourself alone and then help them from your freedom. That would be my advice. It's super hard because that also means you have to say no to some people that you really want to help, but you cannot help them. You will relieve their pain a little bit, and then they'll fall back into pain. Doesn't help too much, and you generate anxiety for yourself. That's by karma too. So practice karma, practice emptiness, and choose one karmic project.
Another part of your question was about, you see different people and you see one person in different ways. Like you see them in one way as, a perfect angel, and then in another way you see them as suffering themselves. And what do we do with that? Like, what do we do with those shifting perceptions? So the first thing that's going to happen to you when you take a teacher, the most extraordinarily beautiful, high, holy teacher, is that they might teach you all the seeds you have to see them as completely normal. In my world, I had just asked my teacher to be like, please be my teacher. Okay, great. Yes, sure. And then the whole world blew up. Their whole world blew up. They got divorced. The whole group, the whole Sangha kind of fell apart, infighting. All of these things started happening. So here is, I took my teacher, who was this high holy being, and then all of a sudden, like, their world is falling apart around them. And I'm like, how am I supposed to see this? And that's the practice. That's the practice of moving between normal and extraordinary. Because what's moving between normal and extraordinary? Your seeds are shifting back and forth. So is your friend suffering, or is your friend kind of a paradisical angel? Depends on the moment for you, right? So you're the one who cleans those seeds. Sorry, I should have been a little closer to my mouth. Those are your seeds that shift, and that shifting perception is you, not them. And if you're able to see someone in a way for a moment, in that magical way, rejoice, hold on to that, bathe in it, rejoice in it. Right? And then if you see your teacher picking their nose, the high holy nose picking boogers, you gotta play with it. And I think if you have that perception just for a little bit, then you should rejoice in it. And then when things shift, you go, okay, it just changed. And that's what I had to work with my teacher. And I still have to work with it. And then keep going back and forth. And eventually this side just starts fading, and this side becomes more stable.
I don't know whether I have anything to add which isn't already said. So just I totally understand, and I think it is seeing the magic, seeing other people and ourselves as angels. It is an inner process. We just started, and it's be patient with yourself and don't force yourself into an attitude you're not there yet. It will come naturally when we plant the seeds, when we practice, when we do that over and over again, and then it can grow. And I also would, as a personal advice, say what Javier said, just don't try to help in a bodhisattva way. And that means you need to take care of yourself so you are strong and healthy and emotionally stable. And that's the way you can help best. And then the third thing is the best thing you can do in order to help others, you are doing. You are here. So that's it.
Cool.
Can I have a minute?
We're done.
Huh?
The time's up.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, boo. Don't worry, there'll be more opportunities. Thank you for your. Thank you for the beautiful questions. They were very, very deep tonight.
They were great questions.
Very, very good questions. So thanks for a very wonderful first day. And we have a whole lot going on from here on out, and you're going to hear about that right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our dear teachers, for giving us such a wonderful Q&A. And I'm pretty sure that you have many more questions that needs to be answered, but they're around here, so make sure you have a time you can grab them. And if you need a translator, you can also grab a translator nearby. They're always nearby somewhere, so you just have to find them.
Yes, remember, keep to asking questions. So many senior teachers, great teachers here. And also, now, today's schedule is almost finished. Now it's getting to a very important part. Brian, can I have my pop-on? Thank you. So we want to introduce what will coming for the next day. There is some very important thing. Please pay attention. Not this one. Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. Sing the good, sing not bad, sing of happy, not sad, because we are waiting for the PPT. I don't want to feel embarrassed here on the stage. And among the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love put me on the top of the world. That's all? It's coming, it's coming. Thank you, finally. So I want the first page is about the whole schedule of tomorrow. So maybe you can take a photo of that. Thank you for your patience for the online students. Yeah, this is also very important for all of you. 你问我爱你有多深，我爱你有几分，我 我的爱也深，我的情也真，月亮代表我的心。
这一段情，叫我思念到如今。你问我 Here it goes.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, so see the schedule for tomorrow. We will start earlier. So remember, the students, the friends, live outside this hotel. Remember, we will start at 8:30. We do yoga. And the student who stay in this hotel, we will start the breakfast from 6:30 to 8:30. That means before the yoga. Don't eat that much. And we have a special restaurant for you just in this floor. It's just for our group. So have a breakfast here from 6:30 to 8:30 before yoga. So you remember, don't eat that much. So when we do yoga, we have these signs. The teacher will on the stage, so the yoga mat will like this. So come earlier, take off your shoes outside the door. We have volunteers outside to take off your shoes. And we have a yoga mat to do yoga together with Dodo. Where's our master, yoga master? Dodo, where? Where is he? Oh, he's not here. The superstar will show up tomorrow.
I'm sure he's somewhere.
Sure
he's somewhere.
He's somewhere and listen to us. And then after the yoga, we will do meditation, just 30 minutes meditation. So you just stay in your on your yoga mat. If you really need chair, we also will prepare some chairs there for you to have meditation. And then very important part, I know the most important part is Geshe Michael's teaching. There will come in 2 classes tomorrow, but before that, we will have a very beautiful activity. We call it dedication, blessing of the feast. And it will be in charge of Venerable Kelsey. Yeah, I've heard there's a very beautiful process waiting for us. So remember, tomorrow for lunch, it's getting shorter, and it will start at 2:30. 2:30 in the afternoon, we will start this activity. Please come on time, and we have some beautiful things outside that maybe you can preparing for offering to the angel, to the teachers, okay? So come earlier, maybe 2 o'clock or 2:15. We will start at 2:30. Because you see, they all have flowers, so you know what we can do, huh? And very, very exciting thing is about the auction for our master, our senior teachers. You can have a private meeting with them. And we have 5 senior teachers who can give this offering to us for tomorrow. They are named that Devi will tell you. And who are interested about this part, please go to our table to talk to our staff. And then the auction start from, the starting bid is $100 for per 30-minute session. So the higher people will get this opportunity to talk to our teachers. So remember, every cent will go to support 5 houses grow up. So remember your intention and generous, and you can have an opportunity to meet beautiful teacher. So the name of the teacher will offer to us, they are?
And so we have the fortune to have 5 teachers tomorrow for the lunchtime to spend with whoever interested in the private session with the teachers. And they are teacher Hector Marcel and Ben Kramer and Kendra Rickett. Ben Kramer, yes, who is going to teach us the debate.
Yeah.
And with teacher Kendra
Yeah.
Kendra Rickett together. So they are both 3-year retreaters, so they're gonna teach us the debate. So if you're interested, maybe you can consider that. And also we'll also have Venerable Gelsey and also Sylvia Engelhardt, and they are both available for the lunchtime. So these are the 5 teachers. If you are interested, you can reach out to our staff members at the back end of our room over there. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all for today. Have a good rest tonight. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow morning before 8:30. Okay. Ready for yoga.
Remember to sign the agreement if you sign up for the 5 houses. Remember to sign agreement if you sign up through the 5 houses.
Yes. Thank you.